Hi guys, it's just me today. I'm gonna be sharing and talking a little bit about my pregnancy and how it's gone so far, and kind of, I guess, update you guys, update my friends and family who have been kind of following along and maybe understand what's going on. But then also, I really feel like it's important because I know that whenever I was diagnosed with cholestasis, I went straight on YouTube and was like, oh my gosh, who else has this, and how did you get through it? And so if any of you guys have cholestasis or feel like you might, I hope that this is somewhat educational and helps you as much as I was looking for somebody to help me whenever I found out about it. Side note, I am outside, so if there's any weird sounds like planes or my dog's barking, that's what that is. But yes, I guess I can start off by just kind of talking about my pregnancy in general. And Jacoby and I can go into the details and how we fell pregnant, and not how, but were we trying, all of those things in another video. But pregnancy itself, the first, I'd say 18 weeks, I was pretty sick with morning sickness, but it was also one of those things where for me, I just would either, if I had something to do that day, I would wake up and throw up, and I would just get ready and power through it. And I'm really thankful that I was able to power through it. It's called morning sickness, but really I guess it's like you're pretty sick throughout the day. So that was kind of funny to navigate and trying to figure out when my body was best to hang out with people, because not everybody knew I was pregnant. I was at home a lot, doing the pregnancy journey, kind of isolated for a lot of it, but the people that I did hang out with, it was learning how to navigate that season with being sick randomly throughout the day. But really, it was tough, but at the same time, it was one of those things that if I could just put my mind to it and tell myself I was going to get through it, I got through it. And then the second trimester hit. I was still sick for a bit of the first part of the second trimester, and then after that I kind of just got better. I don't know. One second, it's beeping. Okay, we're back. So yeah, the end of my second trimester, I would say it got to the point where I didn't really even remember I was pregnant because I felt so much better than the first trimester. I was no longer throwing up. I could, have energy to go throughout the whole day and get through the whole day. I could pretty much do anything that I could do before, which was really nice. But then third trimester. So my first and second trimester, Jacoby and I lived in Arizona, but my third trimester, we moved to Texas, which thank God that we did, because I literally do not know how we would have gotten through what we've been through without being in Texas. I guess, little side note, if any of you guys are in the middle of a transition or feel like God is calling you somewhere and it doesn't really make sense, but you know that guys, I'm going to encourage you to make sure you follow the Holy Spirit and the voice of God, because I genuinely don't know what we would have done if we didn't say yes to his calling. And I believe that there is fruit and fruit when you're obedient to the calling of Jesus. And so for us, I can tell you that there has been so much fruit from saying yes, but at the same time, he fully guided our steps in coming back to Texas, because guys, yeah, without the financial state that we're in now, without the family and the blessing that we have of living with our parents, and just I guess the all-around security that has come with living with family for this past couple of months, I genuinely am so thankful, and so thankful for my parents, so thankful for my family, my sister, my Jacoby, like everybody that we're surrounded by here. So thankful for every single person who has helped me get through this last little bit. So yeah, third trimester hits and I just start itching like everywhere. And it sounds so funny because like it just sounds like, oh, you're itching, whatever, like whatever. But ultimately it got to the point where I was just itching like uncontrollably, and I hadn't up until this point Googled anything, which I was so proud of myself. Like I hadn't Googled like, what's the symptom, am I okay? Like I hadn't done any of that. So I was so proud of myself, but it got to the point one night, it was like probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to Google, does itchiness have anything to do with pregnancy? And so I did it, and I found out about something called cholestasis. And immediately I, found out about it. I'm gonna read the definition that I found because trying to explain it is not my forte. It's a liver disorder that most often occurs late in pregnancy, typically during the 3rd trimester. It occurs to about 1 to 2 pregnancies in 1,000, so it's super rare, and it occurs in about 5% of all Latina pregnancies, which I am Latina, so that could be why. It says the condition can cause complications in your newborn, which is why it's important to recognize the symptoms and talk to your doctor if you think it might be affecting you. So obviously I read that and was like, oh goodness, I need to get on this, like, now. So yes, I woke up the next morning. Okay, actually, sidetrack. That's whenever I watched some YouTube videos and was like, oh goodness, like I need to make sure that this is okay, because other people who had it were definitely sure that they had all the testing, and they were, very helpful, but also the videos were kind of like alarming and made me think like, I need to get on this. And so yeah, I woke up the next day, told my parents, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the doctor today for the itching, and they kind of like honestly, everybody that I told would just kind of like laugh and just be like, babe, like your skin is just growing, you're stretching, that's probably what it is. And I'll be honest, like at first I was like, yeah, probably just need more lotion, it's probably what it is. But honestly, like it got to the point where I just knew that I knew it couldn't have just been that. And so I told my parents, I was like, no, like I found this thing, showed them it, and talked to them about it. And they were immediately like, oh my gosh, like this could be serious, absolutely go to the doctor. And told Jacoby, and he was the same way, obviously. And so went to the doctor, and as I got to the doctor, it was kind of funny because all of the YouTube videos that I had seen, people were like, you kind of have to be your own advocate because it is so rare. Not a lot of doctors believe you that you think you have it or that you could have it. And so I like walked into the doctor, and if you guys know me, which you'll continue to get to know me, but I have no problem defending myself or others or anyone really, I guess. So I walked in and I saw my doctor and I told her, this is what I'm experiencing, this is what I think I have. And before I could even like really express to her what I thought I had, she was on top of it. She was like, okay, you're like hitting all of these symptoms, and I think you have this, and we need to get you tested, pretty much. So she immediately like knew what I was talking about, which was such a blessing because everybody else I'd like seen had said you have to be your own advocate, da da da. And so I am so grateful that I didn't have to be my own advocate, because she knew what I was going through and she was ready to tackle it. And so we got the first test, and sure enough, it came back a couple days later, and she called me over the phone and was just straight up like, hey Victoria, your test came back, and yeah, like you have cholestasis of pregnancy, and what that means is da 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 da. And honestly, like it was just kind of a blur, because she ended that statement by being like, so we're gonna have to deliver pretty soon, like pretty early. And at that point, I think I was 33 weeks, so I still had like 7 weeks to go. I was like, okay, I need to get my bag ready soon-ish, you know, we'll figure it out. But it got to the point where she was like, yeah, the next 2 to 3 weeks we're gonna deliver. And I'm like, oh, wow, that is a big, big change. And so, long story short, I went to the doctor that same day to get some new tests done to just see how my body was taking it. And so that was the start of a very long but very quick 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I guess. And so I'm gonna read like what cholestasis actually is so that you guys know, I guess, a more scientific definition of it. So it says, bile excreted by the liver and stored in the gallbladder helps your body break down fats into fatty acids that your intestines can absorb. Cholestasis is a condition that slows down the normal flow of bile into the gallbladder, resulting a buildup of bile acids in the liver, which in turn spills into the bloodstream, leading to intense itching. And then the symptoms of cholestasis are dark urine, which it was so weird because I was drinking so much water and like my pee was still dark, and so I was like, what the heck is going on? And then obviously itching, which is because of like the bile and stuff. So that is what cholestasis is. I still don't really fully understand what cholestasis is. All I know is that something with my bile and liver. And I wish I could tell you more, but I don't really understand it. All I know is I have it. I have a great doctor who's taking care of me, and we're figuring it out day by day, which I'm all about, taking life day by day. But with that said, the next 2.5 weeks were me literally going to the doctor pretty much every day, if not every day, every 3 days, getting ultrasounds, getting non-stress tests every single time, getting my blood drawn every single time. Jacoby and I do not have like health insurance at the moment. Actually, he just got a job that does provide health insurance, but at the moment we're just on something called Christian Healthcare Ministries, which has been such a blessing, honestly, because we can do a vlog on that in and of itself. But right now it was just all paid out of pocket and doing all this stuff that we were not expecting. But as of my last doctor's appointment on Wednesday, last Wednesday, baby is looking healthy. He's been healthy the whole time. He's measuring well. I think he's 5.5, 6 pounds, they say. And we have decided to induce induce my labor on December 28th, which is, yeah, coming up. So we are ready, finally. Our bags are packed. It has been the craziest couple of weeks trying to figure out how to make everything happen and do all the things and, you know, make sure that we are ready, but we're as ready as we can be. And all I can say is that if you have like just like, I guess an inkling, or like, I don't know, like if you know that something is not right, do it for you, do it for your baby, do it for the people around you, and look into it. Don't, out of fear, just, you know, stay home and stay quiet and don't say anything. If you think that something is wrong, I would say go ahead and go to the doctor. Like, what's the worst they can do? Say you're healthy. Like, that's an amazing thing. But guys, I have been through the craziest whirlwind the past couple of weeks. We went from having 7 weeks, pretty much 2 months to prepare, to 2 weeks overnight. And so baby Ellis Brave is on his way. He's coming, and thank God he's healthy. I've gotten steroid shots so that his lungs are stronger, and we all got our flu shots and all the things to make sure that we're going to be healthy and safe for him whenever he does get to come home. But yeah, we don't know the extent of what's going to happen or how the labor is going to go. Obviously, that's a whole nother thing in and of itself. But We've appreciated every single time that you guys have reached out to us and told us you're praying for us, or that you are believing for health and safety, or whatever it has been. We are so thankful that you guys have been beside us, and we just continue to ask for your prayers as I do get induced on Monday, and that it would just be an easy, smooth delivery, and that baby Ellis would come out brave and strong and ready to just impact the world. I know he's going to be a world changer, and we can't wait to meet him. I know so many of you can't wait to meet him. And so yeah, stay tuned, and we will talk to you guys soon about all the things that happen with this sweet little baby and how labor and delivery goes. I'm not sure if we're gonna do like a labor and delivery vlog, but we will see. We'll keep you updated as time goes on. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to update you guys on how my pregnancy has gone, what it looks like now, and yeah, a little bit about cholestasis, and we can go into more in other videos, but that's how it's gone so far. So yeah, chat soon. Bye guys.